All right, last one. I know that DG is 4 and GE is 9. Okay, so I want to find FG, so I'll call that X. Okay, so I have two triangles here. I got my small one, and I got the medium triangle. Okay, the small, I'm looking at the small and the medium. So if I redraw those two, I got the 9 and the X. What is the deal? And then I got X and 4. Well, what repeats? X does. So it's 9 over X equals X over 4, which means X squared equals 36. So FG is 6. All right, I could have done X over 9 equals 4 over X. I think that's what it looks like in the key, and that's totally fine as well. Let's try to find what's the next one? DF, so I'll call that Y here. I think she called it Y, yeah, Y. All right. Buckets. Oh man, just struggling. Let's erase all that, good. Okay, so let's call this Y. All right, so I got the small triangle. There's two sides. How about the medium triangle? Oh, unfortunately, there's only the 9, so I cannot use the medium, which means I have to use the large one. Okay, so if I look at the large triangle here, I got Y, and 9 plus 4 is 13. And the small triangle, I got Y and 4. So then I set it up the proportion. 13 over Y equals Y over 4. Cross multiply Y squared equals 52. Square root both sides. 52 is unfortunately not a perfect square, but it breaks down into 4 and 13. Where did you get those numbers? Oh, look, right here. Isn't that fun? That made your life easier. So Y equals 2 root 13, which was DF. All right, last one here, or on this part, I got to find FE. I'll call that Z. Okay, Z, can I use the small triangle? No, I just have the 4. Can I use the medium triangle? Yes, I can. I got the Z and the 9, so I got 9 and Z. And then I can actually, and then I have to use the large as well. I use the large. I got 9 plus 4 gives me 13, and this is my Z. Oh, what repeats? It's the Z. 9 over Z equals Z over 13. Whew, that's fun. All right, so Z squared equals 117. I wonder what perfect square goes into 117. Hey, I bet it's 9 and 13. Where did I get 9 and 13? Oh, guess what? Look at that. It's right there. Wow. That's super nice. So Z equals 3 root 13. Wow. Okay. Let's do some Pythagorean theorem here. All right. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Holy buckets, I did it again. Unbelievable. The hypotenuse is always our C. So I go 7 squared plus X squared equals 16 squared, or you can do X squared plus 7 squared, that's fine. So X squared plus 49 equals 256. So X squared equals 207. Square root, what goes into 207? So a lot of people have trouble with the square roots, like simplifying roots. I would start with the biggest square root that's closest to the number, so like 100. So like 207 divided by 100 does not work. 207 divided by 81, no. 64, no. 49, no. 36, no. 25, no. 16, no. 9, oh. 9 and 23. So X is 3 root 23. That seems like a lot of work, but it's just use your calculator, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. God bless America, did it again. Why does that keep happening? Let's flip this. Maybe that'll help. All right, here we go. So this problem here, my hypotenuse is my C. So this is my C. I do x squared plus 7 squared equals 10 squared. So x squared plus 49 equals 100. So x squared equals 51. Fortunately, 51 does not simplify. So x is just the square root of 51. How do I know that? Well, it just does not simplify. 51 divided by 3 is 17, and that's the only number that goes into that. All right, lastly, number C, part C. All right, 12 is my hypotenuse. It's across my right angle, so that is my C. This is also a triple multiple. A multiple of 3. No, it's not. Sorry, it is not. So ignore that. This is not a triple multiple. So don't worry about that. It's not, so don't worry about it. So I get x squared equals 80. Take the square root of both sides. What goes into 80? Well, 16, and 5. And again, sometimes it helps to write down the factors of the number. So I'll show you that little trick here. I'll be like, all right, I have a hard time with this. What goes into 80? Well, 1 and 80, 2 and 40, 3, no, 4 and 20. That's a perfect square. 5 and 16. That's a bigger one. So look, I go down the line. All right, so obviously that doesn't help me. This doesn't help me since two numbers are not perfect squares. This one could be the answer, but there is a bigger perfect square, so I always want to take the largest one out. That's why I chose 16 and 5 to get x to equal 4 root 5. All right, number 15. Here we go, doozy and a half. If that's 3, I want to draw a little line here to make this 3. Well, if that's 45, then this is 45, which means I have a 45, 45, 90. So I have a root 2. So that's 3 here. So that means this side is 3. That means this is 3 root 2. If this is 5, then this part right here is 5. I have a 3 here. I have a 3 there. So really, I need to find the perimeter, right? So what am I adding? I'm adding 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 root 2. Now, these are not like terms with the 3 root 2. So all I do is add the 5 plus 5, which is 10, plus 3 plus 3, which gives me 16, and then I just leave the 3 root 2 alone. Just like that. I cannot combine those things. They are not like terms. Okay, they are not like terms. All right. This one's a little bit tricky. Okay, this one's a little bit tricky. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, so look at right here. We have a right triangle here. And that 2 root 10, this, since it is my hypotenuse there, that's my C. So to set this one up, I would do a squared, which is x squared, plus b squared, which is 3x squared, equals 2 root 10 squared. Well, this just stays the same. This becomes, well, I have to square the 3, so that's 9x squared. You got to square both. I have to square both the 3 and I have to square the 9. Excuse me, I have to square the 3 and the x. This one's a little bit tricky as well. This one is, let's just do it underneath it. This one I have to square the 2 and square the root 10, which 2 squared is 4, root 10 squared is just 10, so this is 40. So from there, it's just combining by like terms. 10x squared equals 40. Divide both sides by 10, so x squared equals 4. That makes x 2. Which means this side is 2, this side is 6, this side is 6, this side is 2. So the perimeter equals 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 6. 2 plus 2 is 12, 12, 14, 16. 16. All right. Would that help? I would also take a look at that worksheet that was passed out to you in class on Tuesday. Those are fair game as well.